Hi everyone. Today we'll talk about an important topic, that is how to prepare for DNB MD Pediatrics exams for the final theory exams. This is a very uh, nudging topic that many people have asked to talk upon. So I did some research, asked some of the mentors and toppers of the exams and how they prepared for the exams. So let's go ahead. So, what everybody says is make a list of systems and broad topics. What that entails is to know what questions came in the exam. So, you have to do past papers or recent advances topics which have come in the exams latest. So, ideal way to do this is to look back at least 3 to 5 years of recent DNB pediatrics question papers. Why? Because they set a very good standard of questions, and answering them is difficult because the questions are to the point and many subdivisions, and they encompass all the essential headings of pediatrics. So if someone is able to devote time and prepare for those questions, they are 100% likely to be repeated again in the exams, and you will have an edge. And essentially that's how the toppers are preparing for the exam, by doing recent question papers, latest question papers. So it helps to know where to focus, helps to practice, gain confidence. And we should not forget some topics which are always there in the exam: social pediatrics, community medicine, biostatistics. So these questions are 100% going to be there. So even though you might think that they are not interesting, you need to do that because you are going to get marks out of them. And you need to do journal reading and recent advanced papers, example IJPP and IAP. So these journals you need to go through regularly as part of your learning. You also need to cover some critical topics like neonatology, critical care pediatrics, and social pediatrics recent advances. So you need to identify and mark down your weak areas. So everybody has weak areas. Somebody might be weak in behavioral pediatrics, somebody might be weak in neonatology. So you need to make a list of that, and you have to dedicate time to cover those topics, and you need to make a plan. You need to leverage ready-made resources. So there are apps and content created by people who have gone through this turmoil, gone through pediatrics. So they have made a way how to use the resources in the correct way so that the student saves time. So example, apps like MentorExam. So they are highly recommended by peers, and they have organized topics with year-wise papers and topic-wise papers. So actually if you go through the app, you'll know that you will be saving hours and hours of time. You will be saving hours and hours of time, and in fact you will have a blueprint of what to study, what to focus on. You will have the freedom to study topic wise, you will have the freedom to study year wise, you'll know which question came how many times. So all those options are available to you. So it's like the saying, why do you want to reinvent the wheel where you already have the wheel? So you will be saving a lot of time, and it's definitely worth it. There are also some free resources on the internet. You can find question papers and you can solve them on your own. That is also a good way. But the ideal way to study is do latest question papers. They also constantly update their content, and they focus on improving the content, making it more effective and efficient for students. Let us see some of the topics which are covered in MentorExam. So growth, development, behavior, behavioral and psychiatric disorders, learning disorders. So as Nelson, they have 33 topics, and the questions are grouped under them. So you can choose your weak areas, start from that, or you want to revise, you can revise that. So it is all easily navigatable format. You can choose your reading style. If you like to study system wise, you can study system wise. If you want to study mix, you want to cover a lot of topics in a short span of time, you can do that. You have to determine what works best for you. You know all these years how you've studied. So before you go for the exam, you need to continue that. You need to build upon that. You have to improve that. Rather than adopt something which is alien to you, you have to improve your own innate reading sense. So find out what works best for you, what has worked for you all these years, and improve upon it. You can see if you want to study page by page or question by question, you want to finish 10 questions a day, you want to do these many pages a day, it's up to you, but you need to have a realistic target. And if you've not studied for a while, you need to have a very easy target first. Study one topic a day or study one page a day, which you can never miss. It must be so easy that you will never miss it. And you have to gradually increase that. That way it becomes a habit. So if you've not gotten used to studying, maybe due to work or ward rounds, you can start that way. And once it becomes a habit, then you will not let go of it. And you can put in more hours, more pages, more questions, and that will build your confidence. So you have to formulate questions when you read and solve. So whenever you study a topic, you need to think in your mind how this topic might come in the exam. And you have to ask yourself that question and you need to try to answer it. You must be so good that you should be able to teach somebody that topic. A good way of doing that is teaching this topic to your juniors or your colleagues. That is a very good way to study, in fact. You can even do MCQs. From the topic that you have studied, do MCQs, and that will actually help you keep those concepts in mind. So it will sit in your head and you will build more associations going ahead and it will not leave your mind. What are the study resources important for pediatrics? Nelson, OP Guy, IAP textbook, PG textbook of pediatrics, Mehrbaan Singh, and MentorExam app. We recommend that because it has taken all these resources and put it into a package that you can take as a teaspoon and drink it. So we recommend that. If there are topics unknown, how do you go about it? You can start with a basic book, or you can find a video on YouTube or a learning resource and get a gist of that topic, what it encompasses, what are the main points, what are the salient points. Find a mental framework and then find a scaffold, create a scaffold on which you can build upon more topics. You can watch a relevant video, ask a friend for help. So the aim is to build the foundation first. Once you get the foundation ready, after that you can build upon it. So that is how you go ahead to study unknown topics. The next important thing is time management. So you need to plan the daily hours you have. If you're working in a hospital, you must be having less hours to study. So you have to work out which time slot you're going to study at. Maybe it's in the lunch time, maybe it's in the evening time when you reach home or your room, or during commute. So you need to find that time frame and then plan accordingly. Today, this is what I'm going to study. Tomorrow, this is what I'm going to study. So you make that short-term plan for a few days, for a week, 5 days. And you have a rough long-term plan or a 2-month or a 3-month plan where you think that first month I'll be able to cover all this. Second month I'll be able to cover all this. Third month I'll be covering all this. So the short-term plans will be accurate, planned nicely. The long-term plans will be little flexible. So that way you will encourage yourself going ahead and you will improve yourself with becoming more and more time efficient as the day goes by. And you need to strike off whatever you have done. That gives you positive reinforcement. You need to allocate minimum and maximum time for topic, because you might like some topic and you might keep on studying that again and again, whereas you'll be neglecting topics which are more important or you've never read before. So you need to have allocation of topics based on the weightage, how many questions are coming. from this topic, you need to spend that much of time extra or less, depending on maybe less questions are coming. So you have to understand effective time management. And most importantly, if time is less, you have to focus on high yield topics and you have to create a flexible plan. So if you are not able to cover something, you must have a backup plan. You must create a backup plan. The next day, you must be able to finish it. Next, most important is revision. So if you study something today, you have to make sure next day morning, you have to revise it. Because studies have shown within 24 hours, if a person doesn't revise, he's going to forget about 80% of what he has learned. So the revision has to start with 24 hours, 1 week, 1 month, and every month or 3 months. So more you revise, more it stays in your head. And it actually helps, because when you go to a new topic, whatever you know already is going to be your base for learning more. So you have to dedicate specific time for revision every day. Learning new topics is fine, but revising what you already know, you have to dedicate time. And that should be the starting of your study time. So if you are going to study today, right now, you start with revising what you already know. Because that you're going to finish sooner. And that is going to train your mind, will put you in the path to focus better. And the difficult concepts or the new concepts will come in better for you. Self-assessment and group study can be helpful. Self-assessment is writing tests, practicing questions. You can take those same question papers, just do the question, write the question down and start writing the answers and keep a timer. Because in the exam, you have 3 hours, 180 minutes, and each question you need to answer in either 10 to 15 minutes. So you need to start writing. You need to write legibly, and you need to make flowcharts, algorithms. So you need to practice doing. Your hand should start working. So you have to prepare that. That is very important for your theory exams. Start your day by reviewing previous day notes. So that's basically what I said right now. So you need to, before the exam, you need to start doing tests every day. At least 10 questions you have to practice every day writing, as if you are sitting in the exam and doing it. You have to focus on content quality based on question marks. So you have to write things how they're going to expect, what is going to get you marks, not focusing on language, rather points and content. The words, the terms that the examiner is looking for in the answer, the flow chart which shows that you understand the whole concept, the algorithms which demonstrate your thinking skills, so your reasoning skills. So these are the things you need to incorporate. So you have to give a structure which proves that you understand the topic well. So you have to practice daily for improved confidence. Sometimes we all get cranky. See, we fall into a trap. Sometimes we lose on our goals. We don't do what we are supposed to do, and then we get a negative feedback. We feel guilty that we did not do it. We get depressed, or we just feel lazy. So in that case, what do? What you have to do is you have to change your mindset. Either you take rest by doing something productive, by doing exercise, going for a walk, going amidst nature, or just taking a power nap, or playing music if you like listening to music. But don't watch movies, don't watch some soap operas, don't watch any YouTube funny things, because that is going to distract you. The crucial moment of time you have to keep in focus. So when your mind tells you that it's bored, you need to take rest to recharge it. How do you recharge it? Not by doing digital toxification. Rather, you have to detox yourself. You have to do something which brings joy. You have to think. You can do some art. You can do some exercise. Listen to some music. Or you can even change the way you're studying. If you're studying by text, watch some videos. If you're studying some topic which is boring, study some topic which you find interesting. So that is how you change the rhythm. You change the rhythm, that challenge will spark your mind and you will do better. So that is the thing. So some practical tips You should know what your what your strengths are. You should not be complacent. You should always be ready to learn. You should not procrastinate. Whenever you think that, no, I'll do this tomorrow, you should take a stand. You should know this vicious cycle which happens. So you have to prevent that guilt trip. So whenever you think that, no, I'll do it later, no, you should do it now. And don't avoid topics for the end. You know that this topic is important. You know that it's complex. Let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it day after tomorrow. No, you shouldn't do that. Grab those topics, devour them, finish them first when you have enough time. I'm not telling that if you're just few days from the exam, sit and do complex topics, no. But when you have time, go ahead and do those difficult topics first. Divide them into small chunks and then devour them. Create the concept and then go detailed. Don't try to do everything at one go. Take piece by piece. And revise always what you know first. So, you can create mnemonics. You can use your pictographic memory. If you're using a textbook, make underlinings, make some diagrams. You always remember, tables. Make some tables. Make some markings, some flowers or something, whichever goes with the topic, so that helps you remember. Even if you forget something in the back of your mind, that will pop up and tell you there was something over there which is now missing, and you will find that and write it down. Don't change your sources in the end. If you're studying from a textbook, all this while, just before the exams, don't buy a new book and study, because your whole sense of reality is going to change after that, because your foundation will get shaken. Unless you have enough time, don't buy new books. Study the same book that you've been preparing till now for the exams. So stick to your chosen resources and reading style, because what works for you may not work for somebody else. Similarly, what works for somebody else may not work for you. You're the best judge for that. You have to do trial and run, and what works for you, you have to adopt that. So you have to avoid digital distractions and procrastination, and consistency is the key. Even when motivation dips, you have to be consistent. That is what's going to take you to the path to success. So we'll watch a video, and here I'll tell you what are the features in MentorExam. If we go to the site, you see that it's a pretty colorful scenario, and that is the DNB Pediatrics solved question papers. So that's a premium course, and you can see that it is a validity for 1 year, and these are the various solved papers that are there. You can access it from Android or iOS. These are some sample papers that they have shown. These are the courses within this package. May 24 papers, October 23, December 22. So all the papers are there. You can see in the description. There the bonuses, handwritten notes, practical exam notes, and some other things which are included free inside the app. So that is a preview of the May 24 questions. You can see that paper 1, paper 2, 3, 4, that's how they are divided, and you can easily find the questions that you need. You don't have to go to the internet search or through the books or through journals. Everything is given, and even you can see the notes are underlined. They are highlighted in purple or pink color. It looks like you've already studied it, and then when you want to revise also, you can just look at the highlighted points. It helps with memory. So it has practical exam notes as bonus, and all the topic wise questions are there, and the year wise questions are there from 2017 or 16, and that is the topic wise preview. Let us see. You can see over here that just like Nelson, all the topics are subdivided, and you can from the drop down choose what topic you want, click on it, and then it opens the table of contents. You just click on that topic which you want, it will take you to that question, and you can see the answer below. This way it is very easy to navigate. You just go back and then choose which topic you want. You are spared a lot of time by using this app, and it has helped a lot of students. That is why I thought that you must know about this app, and definitely it will help you in your studies. It looks like you've already studied, because you can see the markings and they are well referenced with algorithms and flowcharts. This kind of a resource you should take advantage of, and you should add to this. You can create notes from this, which will help you revise even faster for your exams. So every day is a new day, and you should focus on progress, not perfectionism. If you're not able to study today due to some distraction, at least make sure you read one page, because progress is what is important, not perfectionism. Keep a disciplined routine and tackle challenges one at a time. All the best for your DNB MD DCH Pediatrics theory exams. All the best.